Good morning students. Today I will start new lesson functions or methods. In this lesson we will learn what is method, need of method, advantages of functions, components of a method, features of written statements, invoking a method, actual parameters and formal parameters, types of functions and forms of functions. We already learned the use of different statements in Java. While writing program, sometimes set of similar statements repeats at different part of the program. Writing these statements again and again increases the program length. It not only increases the program length but also occupies more memory space. Such program technique can be avoided by writing segment of statements outside the program. We can store set of statements inside the function. Whenever that steps repeats, just by calling functions, we can make it as part of the program. Consider this example. S equals to m factorial divided by n factorial into m minus n factorial. In this example, we need three program segments to find the factorial of the numbers m, n and m minus n. Here, first segment finds the factorial of m. Second finds the factorial of n. Third finds the factorial of m minus n. Writing similar segments number of times increases the length of the program. It not only increases the length of the program and also it occupies unnecessary space in computer. In order to overcome this problem, we can write single segment for calculating the factorial of a number. Here we can use two method blocks, caller method and called method. In this example, m value passed to the program segment and calculates m factorial and control comes to the main block and store f value in variable r. Similarly, again n value passed to the program segment and calculates n factorial and control comes to the main block and stores value of f in variable j. Again, value of m minus n passed to the program segment and calculates m minus n factorial and store it in the variable f and it return values to the main block and store it in variable t. Here, same program segment can be reused to find the factorial of another number by changing parameters. The segment is stored by a specific name is called function name. Okay, now I will explain what is function. Functions are the program modules used simultaneously at different instances of the program is called methods or functions. Now we will discuss about the advantages of functions. Functions, it reduces complexity of the program by dividing a bigger complex task into smaller easily understood task. It executes faster, it reduces length of the program. Now I will explain how we can define method. General form of defining method. Usually, the function contains function header and function block. Function header, it contains access specifier, return type, method name and parameterized list. Now I will explain different components of a method. Now we will discuss about different components of a method. Function definition contains header. It is the first line which contains access specifier, return type, method name and list of parameters. Function prototype is the first line of a function definition. It includes access specifier, return type, method name and list of parameters. Example, public int add of intm, intn. Now I will explain function signatures. Signature is basically identification of a person. Similarly, in function, signature is the identification of a method. A method signature is written by using method name along with the parameter to be passed to the method. Here, number of data types of the arguments to be passed during its invocation by calling function name. Next component is return data type. It is the return type used before the method name. It indicates the type of value a method to be returned to its caller module. In this example, fact function return f value belongs to integer data type. So, here return data type of a function is int. Take another example. Here, factorial function not return any value. It prints f value inside the function. In this case, a method does not return any value. Its return type is mentioned as void to represent a non-returnable method. Next component, function name. It concerned with the name of the method. The function name preferably should be related to the process. For example, we are performing sum of two numbers or more than two numbers. In this case, we can give function name as int sum of int a, int b or int add of int a, int b. Next components of the function definition is parameter list. It is a list of variables with their respective data types required by the function for internal computation passed during method call. An empty parameter list indicates that the method does not receive any value during its call. Example, int sum of int a, int b. Here, a and b, we are calling it as parameterized variable. Next component is method block. The function body contains a set of statements for related operations. These statements, which are enclosed within a pair of curly braces, is called method block or body of the method. This method block contains return statement also. Now I will explain return statements. What is return statements? What are the functions of these return statements? Here, return statements send back values or result from called module to the caller module. In this example, fact function calculates factorial and stores factorial in variable f. Return statement return this value to the caller module and store it in the variable r. Return statement is used at the end of the function, which can be referred as function terminator. Now we will discuss about the features of return statement. It is applied at the end of the method. No statement in the method can be executed after return statement. In this example, this function calculates s and return value of s to the caller module and control exit from the method block as soon as the return statement is executed. Here, highlighted statements in the method block does not get executed because control exit the method block as soon as the return statement is executed. Return statement can only return a single value from a method to its caller. Here, return of p, n It is incorrect to return number of values from method. Next point, the function may have more than one termination point, but it returns a single value from a method to its caller. Here, the value may return either from true block or false block of if-else statements. In case of multiple return statements are implied in a method, only one of them will be executed. In this example, first return statement will return value from caller module to the called module. The next return statement will not be executed at all. Access specifier. Another name of access specifier is visibility mode. It deals with the scope of usage of a function. It can be either private, public or protected. When function of a class is specified as private, a member of that class can use that function. That function remains within the class. We cannot access that function outside the class premises. Public. Public function can be accessed by any source even from external class function. Protected is mainly concerned with the inherited class type. When no access specifiers are specified by default, Java accepts that function under public access specifier within its own package boundary. Now I will explain formal parameters and actual parameters. Formal parameters are the variables written or declared in function definition or prototype and receive their values when a call to that function is made. In this example, the integer value k of the function named fact are used to receive values from the caller statements. Thus, k is called formal parameters. Now I will explain actual parameters. Actual parameters are the values or variables are passed while calling a function are called actual parameters. In this example, the values of variable m which are passed to the method during its function call from the called module. Here, ob.fact of m are called as actual parameters. How we can invoking functions in Java I will explain in next session. Thank you.